It is
Okay, welcome
Oh, I can
everybody.
answer your question why I'm weird today. I'm always weird.
Yes, second, that's true. Okay, so welcome everybody to the town board meeting of Tuesday, April 30th, 2019. We'll start off with some announcements. What does your Saturday look like? Anybody want some pancakes? Join us, why don't you join us for a freshly cooked breakfast? Come alone, come with family and friends, come with neighbors. A little place set for you, Saturday, May 4th, 8 a.m. to noon. $10 for adults, $5 for seniors and children, $5 for seniors and children, $20 for a family up to 5.
It's always fun.
You want to tell them where it is?
No, just come, anyway. Come downtown, come.
I just copied
Rob's
what,
house.
I just copied what they gave me, but you're right, it doesn't say where it is. It's at this church across the street, St.
Mary the Virgin.
St. Mary the Virgin. Okay, May 9th, Thursday, at Chapel Performing Arts Center, Complicit, the untold story of why the Roosevelt administration denied safe haven to refugees. It's a movie, Complicit, and that starts at 6:30. Farmers Market, first day, outdoor farmers market is May 11th. There'll also be a pet supply drive there at the Take It or Leave It shop, not there, at the Take It or Leave It shop. A pet supply drive on Saturday, May 11th from 9 to 12. It's a one-day event. Bring your old crates, pet carrier, toys, blankets, towels, and other pet supplies. Residents are welcome to take anything left at the shed, and all donated pet supplies not taken throughout the day will be donated to the SPCA of Westchester.
Not pets, though, to be clear.
No pets.
Cannot leave pets.
Do not leave pets, and do not expect pets.
Thank you for
And
the letter.
thank a first responder day. This one I probably could have held off on. It's May 28th. It's always a Tuesday after Memorial Day, and that's from 6:30 to 8:30. And the Girl Scouts started this. I think it's on the 6th, this is the 6th one. And the Girl Scouts bring cookies and treats to the Millwood Fire Department, Chappaqua Fire Department, and CVAC. And to say thank you. Okay, on to supervisor report. Let's see. So let's see, last Tuesday, we awarded the zoning RFP to Kimley Horn. And the goal of our new zoning is to encourage and support, I should really slow down because I'm waiting for that time. The goal of our new zoning is to encourage and support a sustainable retail and residential downtown Chappaqua. Our consultant will complete a high-level market and financial development analysis to assist in creating a new zoning code. They will explore various development approaches and densities. The consultant team will recommend strategies such as programming events and suggestions of attractions to bring people downtown to support retail and add to the attraction of Chappaqua as a place to live, educate, and play, overall improving the tax base in Newcastle. The project is projected to last 12 to 15 months. As far as our infrastructure and streetscape project, let's see, we've done a lot over the last couple of weeks. New curbing, new sidewalks, and new decorative lights on South Greeley from Town Hall all the way to the traffic triangle. Decorative lights were also installed from the library to Bell School on that side of the street. Let's see, on North Greeley, on the Rite Aid side, we installed curbing up to the Rite Aid parking lot. On the other side of the street, across from Susan Lawrence, curbing was installed and sidewalks were installed, assuming they finished today, the sidewalks. They're working on it this morning. Let's see, kind of remove some of the old utility poles. The start of the installation of brick pavers will take place on Monday, May 6th, and that'll start from South Greeley from Washington Avenue to Woodburn on the Town Hall side. New York State DOT approved the changes by the Historical Society and the Ibiza Kitchen. Today, trees were cut on North Greeley and Upper King. Let's see, today we closed Lower King, we don't need that. As far as excavating, the sidewalk in front of Susan Lawrence and Lower King, that'll start on May 6th, and that work will be done at night. However, since the concrete plants are only open during the day, the curbs and sidewalks work will be done during the day. In anticipation for the Little League Parade, the 5 and 10K race, there's also a 1K race, and Memorial Day Parade, would do some temporary road smoothing to remove any tripping hazards. That's tentatively scheduled for May 2nd. That's still good?
Weather permitting, so we're going to have to see how that goes.
Yeah, I should add weather permitting there, okay. And, okay, terrific. Work continues on 117. As far as Chappaqua Crossing, work continues on 117. The Chappaqua Central School District did work with the Chappaqua Crossing construction crews to clear the brush along 117. Let's see. was very happy to take part in a textiles roundtable yesterday in Albany. And as for leaf blower, here's a popular and fun topic, our leaf blower legislation. So after multiple public hearings and lots of written comments, our incredible Sustainability Advisory Board has developed a revised solution. They are proposing a leaf blower legislation that permits gas-powered leaf blowers during October through May, but only permits electric leaf blowers in the summertime. Tonight, I believe we'll be setting the public hearing. Are we setting the public hearing? It's going to be May 7th. Oh, no, we're just going to.
It's a work session.
We're going to talk about it in the work session. Oh, yeah, and that's what it says in my notes. This will be on the town board agenda on May 7th. I should just read my freaking thing. Let's see, Westchester County Airport, we had a very productive meeting with the county executive and a whole bunch of people. And the Intergenerate Community Garden in Millwood. So that's open for registration, and what's so funny about that?
Nothing, I'm very
New
excited about it.
fence, and contact Susie Novak, the garden coordinator, and the grand opening is scheduled for Saturday, May 11th at 10 a.m. There are also a couple of openings at the Chapco Garden this year. She asked me to tell them that. LED lights, I usually don't get into so much detail in my supervisor report, but I'm trying to kill some time here. LED lights. We haven't, actually, this is like 2 weeks old, but from 2 weeks ago, we've installed 163 new LED street lights. That means we're more than a third of the way to completion. Weather permitting, we expect to complete the change-out program by the end of May. And I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it for me. Now on to the town administrator's report with Jill Shapiro.
Thank you. Today's actually the last day to pay 2019 town and county taxes. If you didn't make it into town hall, not a problem. You can still pay online on the town's website, mynewcastle.org, and follow instructions under Pay My Taxes. You can even find your current bill there if you've misplaced the original. Please note that our online system can be used to pay by tonight's deadline up to 11:59 p.m., but please don't wait that long. Everybody's clock is a little bit off. And traditionally, we used to get one or two people who swore that they signed on at by 11:59, and it was actually 12:02, and the system shuts them down. So don't test it. It's I don't know what clock they use, but it's 11:59. Yeah. Anyhow, it's a very upsetting next data for some people. The bid for the Newcastle basketball court and inclusive playground will be released early next week. The bids will be returnable on May 31st, and we hope to be able to start the project in early August. The bids in response to the RFP for the multi-use trail are returnable on May 10th. And our Memorial Day parade's right around the corner. This year to be held on Monday, May 27th at 10:30. We start at Victory Corners with the traditional laying of the wreath, and then kicking off the parade at the corner of 117 and Ridgewood Terrace at 11 o'clock. Hope everybody marks their calendar and can join us. We'll post the line of march and details on the website. The letters to the veterans went out last week, and all other invitations are being sent this week. And we've actually moved our construction meetings from every other week to every week, because the project has been moving so quickly, and we want to be able to keep people accurately apprised of exactly where we're going to be. So this will enable us to take a look at the weather going forward and, weather prediction, what it is, but at least give us a more accurate idea of where we're going to be, so merchants and residents can be aware of what the schedule is going forward. But they're really moving pretty quickly, and we're all really excited about it. Quicker they go, quicker they're done.
Especially since we're now moving into the area where most of the stores are.
Right.
Is there a meeting this week?
Yes, Thursday morning.
Oh,
Thursday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bob has to send out those invites a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, thanks.
Right, so there are a public comment down there today, I noticed. But, okay, so I guess we have some public hearings. Now, as far as the agenda, is it right after this? No, we use, that's what I'm saying, it's all the way down here this time, the public comment.
I make a motion to open the public hearing on the modification of the vape law to include recreational marijuana sales.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so this is a continuation of the public hearing. And I know we sent some comments to the county. We got responses back from them. Am I stealing your thunder? Go ahead, Nick.
Kind of are, I'm a little bit.
Go ahead.
Now go. I was showing off my knowledge on the status.
I appreciate that, and you were correct. The town did refer us to both the county and the town planning board. The county planning board submitted a letter on March 28th indicating that it was a matter of local concern. The town planning board completed its review, held over 2 meetings, but they did not, were not able to finalize their comment memorandum until this afternoon,
Right.
which we have received and will be circulating to you. So we would suggest that you keep the public hearing open until May 14th, and this would be workshopped at your May 7th workshop to review the town planning board's comments.
Okay.
So May 7th work session and then May
Well, let's
7th.
just, should we see if anybody has any comment? I mean, it's only Jim here, but
So Nick, is so is it actually adjourned to the 7th or
Adjourn
adjourned
to the 14th.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
All right, let's move to adjourn.
Well, is there any comment? Okay.
we used to have a reporter commented
I
all the time.
move. The 14th.
Yes.
Yeah.
I move to adjourn the public hearing to May 14th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Small cell wireless telecommunication draft legislation.
Really? I get this one?
Yeah, this one you got to take.
You win for this one. So this is
Just
a,
screw when you need her.
yes. This is a local law regarding small cells, antennas and small cell facilities. It would amend the zoning code to permit small cells in certain zoning districts and establish aesthetic guidelines. The FCC has greatly regulated and restricted what a municipality can do in terms of regulating small cells. I'm going to be brief in my description, leave it at that, because you also referred this local law to the town and the county. County provided it's a matter of local concern, and the city of a town planning board is still reviewing the matter. They will be reviewing it at their May 21st meeting. Sabrina is also reviewing it, so they have some comments. We did mention to you that there's FCC regulations state some local guidelines should be in effect by certain dates. We still feel comfortable, given communications with cell providers and the lack of applications, that we're still in a time frame to be in a manner to adopt regulations that protect the town's interest in this matter. So we'd recommend that this one be adjourned to the 14th.
Right.
We will also be asking that it be workshopped on May 7th, so we give you a bit of update with respect to some of the comments received from the town planner and the town planning board, but it would not be ready to be voted on until May 21st at the earliest.
So the motion to adjourn to the 14th?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I make a motion to adjourn the public hearing on small cell wireless telecommunications legislation to May 14th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I'll assume nobody had any comment on that one? Okay. All right. So- Whoa, God
Bless you.
bless you.
Bless you.
Motion to say God bless you.
Second.
Well, we got to stall. So we have a second, Jeremy
It's
seconded.
just set
All right,
public hearing.
I make a motion to set a public hearing to add Kathleen Lane and Daily Cross Roads to Newcastle Town Code Section 123-15.1, which is a no-through traffic street. And the date of that public hearing would be,
May 14th seems to be a popular day.
No, I think it's not enough time.
Longer out?
It has to be, has to be
28th
put,
then?
yeah, why don't we put it down for the 28th?
for the 28th of May?
Yes.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is that the right thing?
I make a motion to set a public hearing to change all references in Newcastle Town Code from Hunts Lane to Joan Corwin Way. To set the public hearing for that change, and I make a motion to
May
set that to
28th.
May 28th.
Yes, please.
Only because you said please. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, now, for some reason, we have public comment, new business down here. Any public comment, new business?
All right.
This is very,
Should we go through our, let's go through our,
What happened to the calendar that was up there?
a lot of changes.
I don't know. Where are our calendars?
Okay, I make a
can't trust
motion
anybody.
to approve the payment of claims in the amount of $337,000, $337,507.70 listed in the summary pre-writing report and detail report, each prepared on April 30th, 2019. Checks will be issued and mailed to each claimant listed on Wednesday, May 1st, 2019.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion to reappoint Maxine Margot and Alicia Malloy to the Sustainability Advisory Board for 2-year terms to expire April 22nd, 2020.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
I make a motion to accept a proposal for purchase and installation of 8 emergency egress windows at Town Hall from Empire Energy Specialists, Inc. for the total amount of $29,300.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I make a motion to approve a 1-year lease agreement with Clay Soper Memorial Fund, Inc. of Winchester, Mass. for If They Had Known in the amount of $1,500.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I move to authorize retaining Hatch, 2207 Collection Center Drive, Chicago, Illinois, 60693 for annual services at the Millwood Water Treatment Plant for an on-site calibration and factory recommended maintenance as is required to comply with the Westchester County Department of Health and Regulations. The agreement includes parts and labor for the turbine meter, pH meter, and fluoride analyzer. The cost of this annual agreement is $18,740.78.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to authorize Bergstrom and Costello to attend the Cornell Local Roads Program Highway School in Ithaca from June 3rd to June 5th of this glorious year. The total estimated cost for both attendees is $1,400, including registration, lodging, board, and transportation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move to approve a price extension to Jones Chemicals Incorporated from June 26, 2019 to June 25, 2020 for DPW 2018-03 water chemical bids items 2 liquid caustic soda. That sounds delicious. And 94 cents a gallon. I'll have 2, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. They have a diet version too.
I move to accept a proposal from Partners in Safety dated April 12, 2019 for on-site audiometry testing at the rate of $30 per test plus $250 per site visit. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I move to authorize change order number 20 for ELQ Industries for North Greeley drainage redesign due to existing Verizon conduits. The total cost for this work is $78,767.06. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Why, you don't get any today?
She does.
She does, her back.
Next
Oh, there's
page.
no. Phew.
Oh, wait, there's more.
All right,
There's
there's
more.
more.
There's a lot more.
Somebody look at the agenda.
I moved to authorize.
Exactly.
Oh, come on, I can see it on the back page.
Read
They
the agenda.
restarted the numbering.
please.
In his defense, it does restart the numbering. I moved to authorize the hiring of Beth Steiger as an independent contractor as a part-time senior social worker within the Department of Recreation and Parks at the rate of $50 per hour effective May 6th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I moved to authorize the hiring of Jonathan Damon as a summer intern at the Millwood Water Treatment Plant, with a start date of May 13th through July 8th, 2019, with the possibility of extending the internship until August at a rate of $12 per hour for a 40-hour work week, in which Suez will pay for 20 of those hours per week.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to authorize the hiring of the following interns at Town Hall for a period of 6 weeks at the rate of $1,500 with the option to extend if need be. In administration, Jordan Lichtenstein. In planning, Asha Grossburnt, and Philip Sisser. And in the clerk's office, Caitlin Thorsberg.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are we gonna vote on the next page?
Number 5?
Number 4.
We're gonna skip it right now.
We're gonna skip it, right?
There's nothing
I
to
mean,
vote on.
nobody has
Okay,
any
I
issues.
make
we
a
can just-
motion
we're
to authorize the town of Newcastle to establish a NIC Systems Corporation as the sole source provider for any and all PLC SCADA platform related procurements in accordance with Article 3, exceptions to bidding. Sub-Article C, sole source of the town of Newcastle's procurement policy, to accept the proposed receipt from NIC Systems Corporation dated January 14, 2019 for the 2019 service support contract for the period of January 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2019 in the amount of $9,750, and also to permit Gerald C. Morshell, Commissioner of Public Works, to execute the NIC Systems Corporation System Support Agreement 2019 on behalf of the town of Newcastle.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I move to approve Laura Cascone's attendance at the 2019 New York State CMA Conference from May 28th to the 30th. The cost for the conference is $155 plus $480 for lodging, for a total amount of $635.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So, we don't need to wait, I mean, if we could talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
there was a whole bunch of
Do we
stuff
have the
submitted. Does anybody have any
packet,
questions?
I mean, I don't think that this is, I think the reason we didn't kind of improve all of the retail was because we wanted to see what was coming in rather
Right.
than just do a blanket approval of everything. And I don't believe that this store is gonna generate significant traffic, so I don't have a problem with it.
You're not concerned about competition?
Yeah, but
Look, you can't stop
competition.
competition. A store could open up right next door to an existing one. You can't stop competition. We, you know, do what we could.
And she's opening up, it's just a
Right, it's
question
not, it's
of
not
when.
right when.
It's a permitted use in that district.
Yes, exactly.
So
I
somebody
agree
want-
with what my colleague across the way said.
Do we have any sense of where we are in terms of the finalization of the construction work that's happening there at 117 and Roaring Brook Road? Are they on track to meet their deadline, which I believe was the end of this month, May?
I do understand that there have been complications to that, having nothing to do with Summit Greenfield, but conversations between New York State DOT and Con Ed that they're seeking to resolve among themselves. So, you know, I don't know how realistic that deadline is, and I'm not sure it has anything to do with Summit Greenfield's contractors' efforts or lack thereof.
So could we get them to provide us with an update in writing to the town board about what that status is and what, if they have
Yeah,
a
to the best of that
revised
they
date,
know.
or just to inform us? I mean, you know, that was not in Mark Weingarten's letter to us about this issue, and I would like to see that.
And also, I wanted to ask about the path that's supposed to go from, along 117 from Annandale. What's going on with him talking to those neighbors? I haven't seen any progress there at all. So I'd like to know about that as well.
What the status is on those?
And also the status, I know they're looking at their plantings now too. So I'd like to get an updated status on what they're doing there as well.
Yeah, so, so Steve Coleman, is, out for the next 2 weeks, but when he comes back, that's one of his top priorities that we've put on the things would be, examining the planting plan and evaluating where everything is at this point, and, just so that we have an accurate assessment of what's current and what needs to be done there.
So we also, I mean, they're doing everything pursuant to the plan that was approved. And they're gonna replace anything that dies, we all know those issues. But if, something that, I think I definitely said, I think other people agreed, if we feel that we need additional plantings, we could use a tree fund for that, which they contributed a heck of a lot of money to the tree
Yeah,
fund.
I don't think they've done
So-
everything that was approved, but we can
I
have Steve
think they
confirm
have,
that.
I think they have along,
Even the County
Road.
Lane.
no, not County
No, no,
Lane.
Not right, County
No,
Lane.
no, those they haven't done. But I think they have on Roaring Brook Road. They have to replace some that may have died and the median, but I think they did the whole plantings over there.
Right, so Steve should do a review to
Steve will
confirm
plan
what was
on that,
planted and
yeah.
then make a recommendation if any additional plantings are required. And then maybe just for the record, let me just review the request that's before the town board. The town received a letter from SG's attorneys dated April 24th and revised and received today, requesting a further amendment to the conditions of approval to allow additional limited retail space at Chappaqua Crossing. They specifically asked that one additional tenant, Rock's, a jewelry store, be allowed to open. It's 1,580 square feet. The letter details
Issues.
the hours will be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Just in time.
Monday through Saturday. The letter details that there are 3 employees, and during peak periods, which would only be in the evening peak, not the morning peak, it's anticipated that the number of patrons would vary between 5 to 10. The letter goes on to talk about how there's sufficient parking, there's sufficient trash. The letter was also supported with a request and some details as to the operations by Tanya Tochner of Rocks, the environmental assessment form, as well as a letter from Mazer Consulting offering an opinion that the additional number of cars generated by the business will not impact the levels of service and that it will not impact the functionality of the MPT plan. The town board's also in receipt of a memorandum from Lieutenant Carroll dated last week that also described that the MPT plan was working sufficiently. The board also received today a letter from the town's traffic consultants, Lou Luigio of Sam Schwartz, indicating that he had reviewed the application to allow the jewelry store of 1,580 square feet to be opened, and that he did not feel that it was a material impact on the traffic conditions, and that no modifications to the MT
I didn't see
plan
that letter.
were required.
No, it's in the
It just came
packet.
in.
It's in the packet, but it wasn't in the materials.
It came in the same.
It only came in late this
Okay.
afternoon.
4 or 5 o'clock.
Four, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was emailed, so I do apologize.
But I agree with that assessment.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so the request before the town board, and there is a draft resolution in your packet, would be to modify the finding statement as well as the prior approvals to allow an additional 1,580 square feet. All the prior resolution, conditions remain in effect, so they have to continue to comply with the MPT plan. There's no provision for for any new conditions. And then with respect to the payment of escrow fees, there's just language that needs to be completed by May 13th unless the town controller finds that there's an additional payment schedule that would be warranted.
Good jokes.
Is it me?
You, Lisa.
It's not you?
No, it's you.
Okay.
Too long.
Okay. Whereas, there are many whereas clauses.
Too many.
Now therefore, be it resolved, the town board hereby reaffirms its continuing role of lead agency pursuant to the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act. Be it further resolved that based upon a review of the Environmental Assessment Form, EAF, dated April 30th, 2019, all the aforementioned documents in the whereas clauses and consideration of the proceedings herein, and for the reasons set forth in the attached negative declaration, the town board hereby determines that granting the town board application amending condition number 84 of the Fifth Amendment to the 2013 secret finding statement dated October 9, 2016, so as to allow up to $93,080 square feet of further additional limited retail occupancy, which would permit the issuance of a temporary certificate of occupancy for further additional limited retail company prior to the completion of the improved T intersection improvements would not have a significant adverse environmental impact. Be it further resolved, the
And in
town
this
board.
next, I'm sorry, in this next paragraph, we're just
Yeah.
the town board is resolving to modify condition 84 of the amendment
Yep.
finding statement to allow for additional limited retail occupancy to be increased by 1,580 square feet.
Yes, and that one, so that we will now add Rock's Jewelry Store to that list, and that was further restricted now to the opening of the Whole Foods, Chase Bank, Lifetime Fitness, Pet Value, Fidelity Investment, and now Rock's Jewelry Store, which is defined as the total limited retail occupancy right now, and that's hereby conditionally approved for further additional limited retail occupancy, such that condition 84 is amended as set forth in the resolution. And be it further resolved that except as otherwise expressly amended herein, all other terms, provisions, and conditions of the town board's resolutions dated December 13th, 2018 and January 29th, 2019 are incorporated herein by reference, or remain in full force and effect, and be applicable to the implementation and operation of the interim MPT plans referenced herein. Be it further resolved, if said conditions are not fully complied with, the resolution will become null and void. Be it further resolved, all review fees incurred in connection with the applicant's request addressed in the town board's December 13th, 2018 resolution, and the planning board's December 14th, 2018 resolution, and this resolution, along with all reimbursable costs charged by the police, shall be paid within the earlier of May 14th, 2019, or a date acceptable to the town controller, but in no event later than prior to the issuance of the final C of O. Be it further resolved, I got 3 more, that certified copies of this resolution shall be transmitted to the Town of Newcastle Planning Board and to the applicant, and a copy of this resolution shall be filed with the office of the town clerk. Be it further resolved that town staff, consultants, and attorneys are authorized to take all steps necessary to implement this resolution, and that town council is hereby authorized to make any editorial or typographical revisions to this resolution and the Part 3 attachment to the negative declaration, which do not change the intent or purpose of these documents prior to filing such documents with the Town of Newcastle Town Clerk.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So now
Not your
the
store.
next step would be to have to go to the planning board and have the planning board adopt that resolution as well. Which I understand they will take up at their meeting their next meeting, which is Tuesday, May 7th.
Right.
Okay, terrific. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.